What's going on, guys? This is your boy Shake back in with another video. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, please drop a like and a comment. I would like to know your thought about the video. Okay, so today's video we're going to talk about YouTube, guys, because a lot of questions people asking me is YouTube saturated in 2025? Is YouTube paying? Is it worth my time? You know what I mean? How long it take for somebody to start getting paid? The monetization, how does it goes? Listen, guys, YouTube is not saturated. YouTube is a platform you need to be on right now, guys, because as you know, YouTube is owned by Google, and Google is the #1 search engine in the globe. There's no other app that comes close to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So forget about Instagram, forget about TikTok. YouTube is the platform you need to be on, and the only platform you need to focus on, because if you look at it like a business, you know, you could leverage this multiple ways, especially if you own a business, or if you have a skill, or if you have a story, or if you're over 40 and you have a lot of experience to talk about. Because I feel like anybody who's 40 years old gather a whole lot of life experiences, work experiences, travel experiences throughout his career, throughout his life, that he could share with the public and inspire or motivate the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? Have them avoid the mistake that he made. And then just be like an open book. And then monetize it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're contributing to society, you're helping the younger generations, you even helping people that are your age or even older than you. Just by sharing your stories. You know what I mean? And YouTube can enable you to do that. And if you're consistent and if you're good at it, you could be able to monetize it and earn some extra income. For a lot of you guys that's out there struggling, complaining about the cost of living, complaining about the job market, you know, not hiring and the job market sucking, or some of y'all that wants to live overseas and then apply for a bunch of remote work and don't get no calls, don't get no interviews. Listen, YouTube, you could start your own remote work and be able to work anywhere in the world just by putting content, creating content and posting them on YouTube, and talk about your daily life, talk about the skill that you have, or if you're an entrepreneur, and if you're a plumber, or if you're an electrician, you know what I'm saying? You could show people how to do plumbing, how to do electrician, how to get into apprenticeship program. If you're a truck driver, you could talk about it on YouTube. You could show people how to get their city license, the lifestyle of a trucking, the money that's to be made. So not only you doing your regular job, making money from it, but then again, you're making money on the side just by sharing your experiences, your knowledge on YouTube, and getting paid for it. Because the world has changed so much, and making money has become much more flexible, much more easy. Because at this point, if you have a camera and internet, you could be able to make money from anywhere else, anywhere in the world. Yeah, yeah, that's the time that we're living in. And then the internet is where is there right now. Yeah, whether you're selling digital product, whether you're doing digital marketing, whether you're selling an online course, whether you have a podcast, a YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying, a YouTube business. I like to look at YouTube as a business, because a lot of people think you can only monetize and make money through AdSense, but it's the different ways you can make money through YouTube. You know what I mean? You could sell a course, you could sell an ebook, you could funnel the traffic to different platform. You know what I mean? You could do online coachings, you could sell product, on YouTube, t-shirt and whatnot, and make money on YouTube. You could do brand deals. You know what I'm saying? Like if you start getting big and your content drive a lot of traffic, a lot of companies may contact you. They may email you, listen, we wanna work with you. Like you could do affiliate, you could sign up into a lot of affiliate programs, and then leverage your channel and multiply your chances, to make more money. And the best part is you could do it from home. You could do it from anywhere in the world. The reason why I like to focus on you could do it on anywhere in the world is, like, America is so expensive right now, and things ain't looking too pretty, because there's no sign that shows that the cost of living is gonna go low. Everything is pointing that it's either gonna stay the same, or it's gonna keep fluctuating. You know what I'm saying? Because COVID has changed everything. Like everything started to become more and more expensive. Interest rate is through the roof. You can't even buy a house because the interest rate too high. A car, same thing. You know what I'm saying? And jobs ain't paying that much. You know what I mean? Like you could have a bachelor degree and own $50,000 to $80,000 or plus student loan debt, and you try to apply for a job and go down there and see how much they're paying. 20, $25 an hour. What can you do that, when you have a mass amount of debt? So a lot of people that I know in my circle, they're considering relocating to a different country, you know. Some of them go to Thailand because, the cost of living is cheaper down here. They got better quality of life and also it's safer. Or even Dubai. But how can you do that, when you have a 9 to 5? How can you do that when you have a job that requires you to be there in person? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are working in the United States. They only remote in your specific state. A lot of them not fully remote. You have to be in a specific state because sometimes you may have to go in. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes for security purposes, they don't want you to have access to their website or to their platform while overseas. It's not safe. Sometimes you can't even get access to it as soon as you live in the United States. A lot of VPN not even allow you to do that. But if you have a YouTube channel and you're consistent with it and you know how to leverage it very good, maybe that could replace your 9 to 5, replace your income, or even double it while you're living overseas. And the benefit of living overseas is you then just cut half, your expenses because life is much cheaper overseas, and the US dollar goes far in other countries, even Europe, it's cheaper than America at this point. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to start a YouTube channel. Just, press record, start sharing your knowledge. You know what I mean? Somebody will be out there. Listen, somebody out there in the world will find it interesting and will listen to it. You do it consistently. Listen, you'd be surprised. And then the benefit of it is it gives you the opportunity to connect with people worldwide. You know what I mean? Because people will be engaging with your content. You will get comments. You feel like, you could connect with these people and they be from everywhere. You want to know how I know? Because I had multiple YouTube channels before. Like, for example, back in the pandemic in 2020, I was living in Mexico. And then, I was living in Mexico. And then some told me, listen, since you're in Mexico and there's so many beautiful places in Mexico and you're traveling within Mexico, why don't you just record some of the most beautiful places and just post them on YouTube, I wasn't even doing it for the money, to be honest with you. But I remember one time my brother was driving by and, I was just filming, the scenery. And then we came home. I was bored, and some told me just to post it on YouTube. I posted on YouTube and woke up the next day. I see 1,000 views per day. The subscribers kept coming, In 1 week, I gained like over 500 subscribers. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I should put another video. And I went back outside and put another video. Same result. Wake up in the morning, you'd be surprised. The amount of views, And then as you read the comment section, people will even tell you how to do it better and what area in Mexico they want you to go film. Because, when you're lockdown, nobody can travel, everybody's, locked down and shit. Mexico was the only country that was a little bit more flexible. They had less restriction, so you could go outside. That's why a lot of people was going to Mexico, working remotely and stuff like that, and going outside and socialize. So me, I was just filming because I've never been there and I was amazed, to how Mexico was, compared to what I thought. But people was giving me ideas in the comment section, and when I was applying those ideas, the results was mind-blowing. I'm talking mind-blowing. So I started filming. I wasn't editing. I wasn't doing nothing because I had no editing skills. I was recording on a iPhone 12 Pro at the time. This video right here is getting recorded by iPhone 15 Pro. So you just need a phone. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need a fancy editing. You don't need the fancy scenery. You don't need none of that. Yeah, just a good content. Post it over there. And nowadays, YouTube is giving more chances to new channel owners. Yeah. So as time goes by, you could start getting better on editing. You could start getting better at doing thumbnails, you know what I mean? Like hashtag and whatnot, and it's a learning career and you're learning something new, So What I was saying, yeah. So I started being consistent at the time. I kid you not, guys. In 1 month, I'm talking about 1 month, I was able to grow that channel to over, I think, like 6,000 subscribers, and the subscribers kept getting up and up and up. In 1 month, I was able to surpass the 1,000 subscribers that was required. I gained 4,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? That was required for you to get monetized. And I started getting email from YouTube inviting me to get into the YouTube partnership program. You know, and then after I, apply, verify my account, the following month I received my first check on YouTube. Yeah, I did direct deposit. I remember that direct deposit came on the 21st because I used to pay every 21st of the month, and it was $300. It may not seem nothing to you guys, but as somebody who is just posting contents on your own his daily life, like driving by and just filming, sharing experiences, what I'm eating, what restaurant is best, what city you should be visiting in Mexico, shit that don't cost me nothing. Post it out there for the world to see. I got paid $300 out of it with no upfront investments, just a phone and the internet. I was mind blown. I'm like $300 passively. I'm like, wait a minute. So this YouTube game really works because if I'm able to make $300 doing this like part time, imagine if I do it full time and be more consistent and start working on the editing. Oh my God. So the following month, 450, extra income because that 450 was my car note and my car insurance combined. Car note and car insurance lift off my shoulder just off of YouTube. And I came back in America and I started filming, because it seems like my audience was more interested about Mexico. I stopped filming. But even when I stopped filming, for a couple of months ahead, I still was getting consistent revenues from those YouTube kept getting views. One of them even reached 4 million views. I kid you not. 4 million views. I'm like, who are these people watching the thing, And I went to YouTube Studio on my computer and look at the analytics. It was from all over the world, Most of them came from Mexico. The second was in America, and the rest of them was Europe and in South Africa, And most of them was male, by the way, So I'm like, wow. Imagine having multiple YouTube channels. Imagine doing better videos and better editings, having a story added to it. Yeah, and I started talking to other YouTubers, that was, emailing me, asking me to do collaborations. And now when they show me this statement, when I see how much they was making, living overseas, I'm like, okay, so I see now why y'all living in Thailand, Colombia, DR, Kenya, you know what I'm saying? Canada, and then living a great lifestyle with YouTube alone, okay, because somebody told me, when he first started and he got monetized, his first check was like $1,500 consistent. And the following month after that, he had a viral video that puts him on $4,000 a month. Guys, imagine what $4,000 can do overseas. It covers all your bills, and you can even have money saved up, put away, So that's it for the video. I don't want to make this video too long, you know what I mean? But it was just a motivation to let you know, guys, that YouTube is a platform you need to be on. And to answer my final question, no, it is not saturated. It's not saturated yet. So this is a great source of extra income, So started, find some motivation, figure out what are you good at, what can you know, what do you know very good at, I don't care if you know how to fix people credit, you know what I mean. I don't know how you could do business credit. You could help people, get an LLC, like any knowledge and skill you have, you know what I mean. Now there you go, you have a platform now to share experiences without no cost. People will benefit from it. You will contribute to society and you get rewarded for it. You can make money off of it. Who knows, maybe down the line you might even replace your whole income from your 9 to 5, and you could just start focusing on this, because this is way easier, man. It takes you what, like 1 hour to do the video, shoot a video, 1 hour to edit, and post it over there and wait. You know what I mean? No one knows what videos can go viral. No one knows that. Even Mr. Beast don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the algorithm, Yeah. Until next time, guys, signing off.